Are we on? We're on. It's Dave and Johnny live. I'm Dave.
I'm Johnny, I guess.
What do you mean you guess? You're obviously Johnny. Look, see, it even says it right under your name.
I was waiting for the caption.
You're Johnny. You're Johnny.
Right. Yeah.
There.
We're sitting in the right spot. It's good.
There. Yeah. Hey, it's Dave and Johnny live. How about this setup, Big Johnny?
It's nice.
Look what's going on here.
Really nice. Crazy. We got ticker tape going here.
We've got a ticker. We've got two cameras. Camera one. Get ready. I'm going to do it again. Oh, can I do it? I'm going to do it myself, okay? Camera two. Ha 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 ha. Now it's just me. Now you don't even have to see Johnny. You can just look at me. You and I can talk privately on the YouTube chat. Chat me up. I'm there. But let's go back to me and Johnny. How do I do that? There we go. Thank you. Thank you. We've got my dad in here who's taking care of business behind the scenes, setting up the new system.
Fantastic.
Come say hi. Get on the camera. You won't get on the camera? Why won't you get on the camera?
I'll just say this. He's wearing a great Expos t-shirt.
He's wearing an Expos shirt. He doesn't want to say anything. He's staying quiet. He doesn't want to speak. He doesn't want to be on camera. You don't want to make a cameo on Dave and Johnny Live? This is a big moment. This is a big deal. We've got cameras. We've got lights. We've got a whole setup going.
It's nice. New setup, yeah.
Yeah, and he put it all together, and he doesn't even want to come on camera to take credit.
I appreciate that.
That's all right.
It's nice.
We appreciate the effort.
Yeah.
Thank you for the effort. And, Dave and Johnny Live is kicking into a new gear. Everything's kicking into a new gear. There's going to be more everything. The quality is better. The quantity of product will be going up. This is what we've been talking about for a while. We told you that the setup was going to get better, and here it is. Better setup. Boom. Did I do that right? Boom.
Nothing broke, which is fantastic.
Yeah, I haven't broken anything yet, so everything's still in perfect working order. Pretty decent, Big Johnny. We got the amiibos in the background, whole setup. We're thinking about a green screen. We're thinking about a lot of things. We got big plans. Big plans for the future of Dave and Johnny Live, of the Ringside Report post shows, the UFC post shows, Wrestling Uncensored post shows, WWE stuff. So I just saw a logo pop up there. There's all sorts of stuff going on. What was that, logo? Put it up again. Whoa.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Look at all this stuff, Johnny. And I've got a little control panel here so I can do some of this stuff myself. Right now, this is kind of a test day. This is the first day of the new setup, but soon we'll be flying solo. Right now, we've got it's like we're learning to fly, We've got our flying instructor here with us, but eventually we're going to do solo missions. We may crash and burn, but hey, Harrison Ford wasn't built in a day, right?
I'm surprised you know Harrison Ford, considering the amount of movies you don't watch.
I know he crashed a plane. I was listening to somebody talk about that recently, so that's pretty much all I got. Johnny, I went to see you wrestle this weekend, which is super rare. I never get to see Johnny North wrestle. Very, very rarely. And I got to see you defend your NWA North American Heavyweight Championship.
British Commonwealth Championship.
Oh, yeah, sorry.
It's okay.
Oh, man, I got confused with the NXT title there, the North American title. Yeah, NWA British Commonwealth. Because it's weird because it's called the National Wrestling Alliance.
Right.
Which is like a U.S.-based thing, and then they have British, so it's confusing.
But I told you it was to expand the NWA brand beyond just what it was.
Right.
So.
And it's expanding because you got the belt.
Yeah, that's nice. It's wonderful that I defended it. If you think about it twice, because my original opponent wasn't there, so I won by a forfeit, in my opinion.
Right. Sheldon Jean was supposed to be your opponent, but he didn't even show up.
I did a promo to start the show, which I think got somewhat of a mixed reaction. Some people love me like you. Some people didn't like me, so I had to put people in their place with that, so that was wonderful.
We were loving it.
I thought so.
You see us in the crowd?
Of course.
When you're out there, you saw?
Your brother especially. Your brother seemed really excited. Like, I noticed him a lot, yeah.
He was very excited.
It's glad you came.
My brother was there. I was there. And AJ was there.
Yeah, AJ, of course.
AJ was loud.
Everyone knows AJ there, so.
Yeah, right?
That's good, yeah.
AJ talks to everybody.
Yeah.
There was one guy in particular, bit of a loud guy.
Okay.
Kind of strange. AJ was like all up in it, talking to him.
I'm not surprised at all.
No, me neither.
So what do you think of the show, though?
I thought the show was pretty good. It was good.
What really stood out? You know, what was highlights? Some lowlights, maybe, possibly?
I don't want to say lowlights. I mean, these are students, right? They're student wrestlers. A lot of them at this show. I don't want to bury them. They're young. You know, a lot of them don't really know what they're doing yet. Some of them do. Some of them were really good. There was a team, 2 guys. One guy was like super skinny.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? He looked like a kid. He was very skinny. And then he had a tag team partner who was shorter than him.
Okay.
The short guy was good. And there was a really big guy, big, heavy-set guy, Novocaine.
Right, yeah.
Tremendous.
Yeah.
Very good.
He's very good, yeah.
Great finish. Nice pile driver.
Yeah.
Real good. He was really good. Him I've seen before. He's not a student.
He wrestled the Green Phantom a couple of years ago. They have actual legit beef with each other. Like, they don't like each other.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was interesting to see him backstage.
Good guy in your world?
I've never really wrestled him. Like, I think maybe we were in a match and it was a multi-man, whatever. I don't think we've ever really crossed paths, though, so.
He was good. He had a good match. I liked him.
Seems like a nice guy. And so is the Green Phantom. It's just sometimes things don't mesh in the ring, and there's problems.
Sometimes 2 nice guys don't get along. It happens. Personalities clash, right?
Yes.
But you cut a hell of a promo at the beginning. You got a ton of heat. I thought your promo was great. I have it on video.
Right.
Can we put it on the YouTube channel? Can we put Johnny North promos on the YouTube channel? Yeah, right? Do we have the permission from the Fed to do that?
Yeah, that's no problem. It's
All
just,
right.
you know, I said everyone was homosexuals and told them to stop cheering for me. I probably shouldn't say that next time around. That was kind of cutting it close there a bit.
Yeah, it was a weird place to take it. I was a little surprised you took it there. Not very WWE of you, Johnny. Not very 2019. A little bit, I don't know, Johnny.
Well, I was actually thinking, I'm like, I knew people were going to cheer me right away, right? So I'm like, well, what's a great way to get them to stop cheering for me? And you can't say gay. That's really bad. So I'm like, oh, maybe I can get away with, like, just call them homosexuals. Like, please stop cheering for me. Maybe that'll work.
But they weren't cheering for you. They were heckling you.
There was a bit of a mixed reaction. I could hear people cheering.
Yeah,
so.
You heard me and my brother and AJ cheering, and the rest of the building was giving you heat.
Okay. So maybe I call you guys homosexuals. I apologize. But that's the way it worked out. So I just had to turn it. They were actually kind of happy that I went in that direction. Just not so much the word. But it worked in The Simpsons. I don't know if you remember McBain did that when he was doing a talk show and he called all his fans homosexual. He got instant heat.
Yes.
So I thought.
So you were trying to channel McBain.
Yeah, I'm badass. So yeah, I thought it would work.
Okay.
Just you know, it was kind of a little too close. It's not really politically correct to say that apparently. So, which I thought it kind of is, but kind of isn't.
Okay. So that happened. You did your little promo, and I liked it. I thought it was fun. And then you had your match with
Mike Marston,
who was Drew Onyx's partner, right?
Yes, tag team partner. Yeah,
right. I think you've worn a shirt with his face on it on one of these shows. Hey, look, it's just me.
I did. I think you actually see me wrestle them. I think like back in May, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, yeah. You wrestled them. I remember that.
We got along, but, you know, he came out and challenged me, and, you know, you're going to get your butt kicked.
Right. So he got hurt in the match, right?
He got hurt. Legit. Again, someone gets hurt. Legit.
Yeah, what is this? The last time you wrestled, it was that guy, Dom Boulanger. You hurt him. Now you're hurting this guy. You're an unsafe worker. You're like the Seth Rollins of the Drew Onyx territory.
Well, it's wonderful because it's playing into this storyline that I injured people, but this wasn't supposed to happen. We're just kind of running with it. But it's just a kind of a freak kind of thing that happened. He went for a springboard clothesline, and I think he hesitated on if he's going to land on his feet or not. And when you do that, something sometimes goes awry. And
so he just landed awkward on his leg?
On his knee, apparently, and he couldn't apparently walk afterwards. I don't know if you noticed, like, he was limping. I noticed he's limping, but I also noticed that we have this spot where he's going to have to sell his leg. So I thought, oh, maybe, he's just working a little bit. But then I can see the concern. And then Drew Onyx runs out. So then I'm like, this isn't supposed to happen.
Oh, he was not supposed to come out.
This was not supposed to happen whatsoever. So I'm like, something's got wrong here. So I just slow it down, basically stare at you guys for a long period of time.
Is that what you were doing?
Yeah.
You just started looking at us?
Just look at people, and just let everything settle in and, let the referee tell me what's going on. Then I talked to him a little bit, and I think we tried our best to keep the match going, but the problem is the match would have escalated, and I think it would have gotten worse for him considering he was hurt.
Okay.
The maneuvers would have been a lot more difficult for him to perform with his injury.
So, at what point do you decide, okay, this match is over?
I gave it up to him. Like, he just told me, like, just end it. So I just ended it.
You just hit him with your STO, and that was it?
I felt bad because, I don't know if you noticed, I wasn't really sweating at all. Like, I think we were maybe 5-6 minutes in.
It was a pretty short match.
It was. It made me look fantastic because I practically squashed him, but wasn't supposed to happen that way. And then Drew Onyx doing the promo afterwards, that wasn't supposed to happen. It's kind of just like, well, we didn't give him a full match, so let's give him a promo to end the show. Oh, so that's what happened.
I see. So that Drew Onyx promo was completely impromptu, and you didn't even know it was going to happen?
No idea.
So Drew Onyx shows up. He wasn't wrestling on the card, which I was surprised by.
Yeah, he don't always wrestle. It's fine.
Yeah, but it's his show. I figure he wrestles on all of them.
The thing is, like, because he oversees everything, right?
Yeah. Oh no. I'm sure he's busy and everything.
Yeah.
It was a professional setup. It was nice, but so he comes out and he starts cutting a promo on you, and you don't even know what's gonna happen.
Actually, no. He said take the mic and just run with it. So I cut the promo on him, and I tried to take the focus on him because I knew, like, Marston's out. So I put the focus on him. So then he would come back at me, and then we pretty much worked our way into a match, which I wasn't sure was gonna happen, but apparently it's gonna happen now. February 17th, so that's fun.
So that match was probably not even supposed to happen, but because your opponent gets hurt, Drew Onyx has to come in. They call an audible at the last second, and then, that's how you book the next show. That's how wrestling works sometimes. That's what people don't realize. Like, people might think that's just a local indie fed, and that's how it works there. In the WWE, things work like that, too. Like, that's how wrestling works. Sometimes things don't go according to plan. You got to change things on the fly. And things are booked completely differently because, one thing led to another. That's pro wrestling. That's what's fun about pro wrestling. It's like there is a plan, but plans change, and things could go from one way to the complete opposite in a matter of seconds, right?
Right. Now, we ended up working our way into a fans bring the shovels match.
Yeah, well, how did that happen?
Because he's wrestled in that kind of match before.
So he just said it in the promo?
Pretty much. But then after the show, it's like, that might be too crazy, actually, for people to bring shovels and everything. That may be extremely dangerous because there's a lot of kids at this show.
Yeah, you're just going to have an audience full of shovels?
So I did a promo after the show. It hasn't aired yet, where I'm like, look, we're going to wrestle, but it's going to be a no disqualification match. Fans bringing weapons, that doesn't favor me whatsoever because people don't like me.
Smart.
So, yeah. So I will wrestle Drew Onyx. It's going to be anything goes, but fans do not bring weapons because that's not allowed whatsoever.
That's too bad. I was going to bring you a loaded shovel.
I bet. Yeah. I'm fearful what other people would bring.
I'd bring you a shovel with like a spike handle, The shovel's like all pointy. You could stab them with it.
People, I think, in the past...
I was going to bring you a sickle, basically.
People have had shovels wrapped in barbed wire.
Yeah.
They put, like, thumbtacks inside the shovel and all that. Like, yeah.
Yeah. It's
pretty bad.
Well, I guess it won't be a fans bring the shovels match. When is that match? February
17th.
That's fun.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. Wrestling Drew Onyx, it's one hell of a match.
Yeah.
I mean,
for that
huge
title. And he said in a promo he never lost a title, right?
Yeah, kind of, like, because he's been champion like 4 times, right? So, like, he lost one back. I think the last time he had to vacate it because it's been too long since title defenses or something.
Right.
So, yeah, fine.
So he's kind of still the champ, and you haven't beat him yet. So you beat him, you're undisputed champ.
It's funny, in that promo, we really took a lot of shots at each other.
Yeah. I kind of felt bad. I wanted to go up to Drew Onyx after the show, be like, sorry about all those mean things my friend said to you. He was very mean. You said mean things about him.
I called him Tubby, right?
You said he was fat. You said he was
I called him Tubby.
Well, I mean, whatever. What do you think you mean there? You said Tubby. You said he was old. You said all sorts of things.
I said Grandpa. I didn't say old.
Well, you weren't very nice to him.
No, he wasn't very nice to me, too. He said, like, the only people that, besides him, that have won the NWA title are guys like in WWE, 2 other people, somewhere that I'll never be. That's what he said to me. You remember that? Like,
yeah, that's what he said to you, but I think he was also kind of putting you over in that way. He's like, the only other guys that have beat me for the title are in WWE, and you'll never be there, except when you do beat him, then it's like, oh, John's on the same level of these guys. Like, it was kind of a shot at you, but it's also like, down the road, you can take it back and then use it to your advantage type of thing. It wasn't really a shot.
It wasn't.
It was a shot to put you over down the road.
Right.
Unless he beats you.
Unless he beats me, right? Yeah. Which could easily happen.
Do you think he will?
As you
just won the belt.
As you've seen from this show, who knows what the heck's going to happen? Because what's supposed to happen doesn't usually happen.
Yeah, I mean, you didn't wrestle Sheldon Jean.
I don't know if I'll ever wrestle him now, because the way things are going, the way the direction's going now.
That's too bad. I wanted to see you wrestle him.
It would have been fun, but...
That's why I went to the show. I was like, oh, that'll be a good one. I want to see that.
Well, you got to see me do 2 promos in the ring.
Yeah, no, I was satisfied with your work.
Wow.
I was happy I got to see you talk and wrestle. So it was fun. I like to see Johnny wrestle, and yeah, it was good. But you didn't just wrestle this week, John.
No.
You went to see a movie as well.
Yeah, I saw Glass.
It's time for the Johnny North movie review.
Wow. There's like a big thing on the screen.
How do you like that? Pretty good, right? Pretty good. Johnny North movie review.
Nice.
Wow.
So Glass, the third movie in this little trilogy they have going on.
Trilogy?
Well, the first movie was Unbreakable.
Okay.
That was Bruce Willis and Samuel L. Jackson.
Didn't see that.
That was like in 2000 or 2001 or something.
Okay.
That was a long time ago. Then they did Split with James McAvoy.
Didn't see that.
Okay.
You see that?
I saw both of them, yeah.
Oh, okay. This is... So you're gearing up now.
Yeah, well, this is it. Like, if you didn't see those 2 movies, you know, go see those before you see this. You kind of have to. It's required viewing.
Oh, really?
I mean, you can watch it, but a lot of it's not going to make sense. You're not going to appreciate a lot of the conversations they're having because a lot of these characters are already built. They're built in pretty much for this confrontation. Bruce Willis versus the Beast.
Okay,
pretty
right.
much.
Because there's like a good guy and a bad guy, right?
Good versus evil, yeah. This is like comic book heroes, right? But comic books are real in this world.
Oh.
Right.
So it's real.
Yes. There are real like superheroes with superpowers.
See, from the trailer, my understanding of the movie was like these guys are all like in an insane asylum.
Right.
Do you still call it an insane asylum?
An asylum for sure.
Is it?
I don't know about insane asylum, but
I mean everything changes, right? Like, can you call people insane? Like the people that are in there, are they insane? Is that still a politically correct term? Is it? Yeah.
An asylum still works.
For now. The TNA asylum.
Right.
Anyways. So, I thought the movie was like, okay, these people are crazy, and it's like, are they crazy, or do they actually have superpowers? Like, do they believe it, and they're nuts, or are they actually superheroes? And then by the end of the movie, you find out one way or the other. That was my understanding of the movie. That's not what the movie is?
Well, the thing is, we've already gone through it in the past movies where you found out they actually have powers. They do work. They are like superhuman. The thing is, we didn't really get to see how the entire world reacts to this. So this is pretty much what's happening is now there's like a resistance against that. Against like superheroes pretty much.
Because they don't like superheroes?
Well, because they don't believe this can be possible. They always believe there's a reason for it. So like a scientific reason.
So they don't believe they really have superpowers. They just think that they're people.
They tried
extraordinary things.
Exactly.
Okay.
Very Finn Balor-like, I guess, in a sense.
Exactly.
But that's pretty much the conflict. I mean, there's two conflicts in a sense: the good versus evil conflict, and then them against this like evil organization.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much like what this is all coming down to: is this big fight to prove if it's true or not.
Okay. So it all comes down to a fight between Bruce Willis and this other guy?
Well, there's
and Samuel L. Jackson's in the middle?
Samuel Jackson is kind of like, he's pretty much pulling the strings of everything. Because in the first one, in Unbreakable, he's the one that pretty much set up Bruce Willis to use his powers. He ended up killing everybody, a mass murder on everybody to prove that Bruce Willis had his powers. So he's actually the true evil, Samuel L. Jackson.
Okay.
As Glass, though, like
are you spoiling this movie for us?
Yes and no. I mean, you still got to watch.
I think you should say spoiler alert.
I'm spoiling the.
See how it says Johnny North reviews the film Glass? It should say Johnny North spoils the film Glass.
No, actually, I'm setting up Glass because this is spoiling the first two movies.
Oh, well, yeah. I haven't seen them either.
Yeah, well, if you're going to watch Glass...
I'm not, obviously, because I haven't seen the first two, and I'm not gonna, because you spoiled them already.
Barely.
Thanks, John.
I gave you, like, a taste. And you're not even going to watch it anyways, like, spoiling what for you. Like,
I'm not going to watch it. I don't care.
I'm trying to get people hyped for this. If people watch the other ones...
Why are you trying to get people hyped? That's not the point of a movie review, you know.
Because
the point of a movie review is to, you know, explain the movie and blah, blah, blah. It's not to be like, yo, go see this shit.
No. They should go see this because it delivered. All my expectations were delivered from the first two that I saw. This was fantastic. People should go see this. It deserves hype.
You like every movie you see, though. Doesn't he like every movie
that
he
is not
sees?
True.
He does.
Neighbors 2 was awful.
Yeah, that's the only movie you ever come up with.
It's the only one I can think of right now.
Oh, I didn't like Neighbors 2. But every other movie you love, right?
Some movies weren't that great. They were so-so. I feel the Marwin one, I mean, it was okay, but...
You liked it. You gave it a positive review.
Positive, but
it
wasn't...
This is better.
It wasn't strong. Oh, this is fantastic. This is one of the best movies I've seen in a long time.
Ooh, Big Johnny likes it.
The thing with this, though, because there was so much build from the past ones, because it's been like nearly 19 years since the first one they did. So the fact that this built for so long, that's what made it so fulfilling.
You're telling me M. Night Shyamalan has been a thing for like 20 years? That guy's existed for that long?
I think to make this one, it took him like 16 years. Like, there's a disclaimer that this took me like 16 years to make, like, enjoy.
You ever seen him interviewed?
No.
Doesn't come off well.
He's an artist.
What
do you want?
What's the M stand for?
Is it magnet, like CM? Like
I don't know. Like, what's his problem? Whose first name is M? And his second name is Knight. Like, get the hell out of here. And then your last name, I mean, whatever, that's fine. I don't care about your last name. Shyamalan, that's a cool last name.
Yeah, it's awesome.
But M. Night, that's your name? Yo, what's your first name? Mike.
If that's the case, I understand why M. Night then.
Mike Night Shyamalan. Yeah, all right. Mike Shyamalan. Why can't he just go by Mike Shyamalan? I think I'd like him better if he was Mike Shyamalan. I don't want to hear from no M. Night. From now on, you call me D. Night Simon. How about D. Light Simon? Because I'm delightful.
You should talk to your dad about that. Well, how come he didn't name you that?
Yeah, how come you didn't name me D. Light? Okay, I think because he wanted me to stay alive. I think if I was named D. Light, I probably would have got beat up a lot in school. Hey, D. Light! You know what's delightful? Kicking your ass. Although they would have had a hard time because I was always tough.
Delightful. That's fantastic, actually. Like,
that's a terrible name, John. How do we get on this ridiculous tangent? So the movie was good?
Yeah, 4 out of 5, without question. This could be my movie of the year already. It's going to be hard to beat.
Wow.
Yeah.
Movie of the year already. It's only January.
I know.
Brother.
It's like the Rumble. Like, you save the best for the beginning.
You think the Rumble's going to be the best?
Do you look at the card? It's fantastic.
Let's check out some YouTube comments. Franco says, Sunny Delight. I love it. Sunny Delight is really good. I haven't had a Sunny D in years. I remember it. It was delicious.
I'm more of a Tropicana kind of person.
Yeah, of course you are. And Franco also says, production upgrade. Yeah, we got a production upgrade. We got more production. Everything's more better. And you know what the best part is? Here's the best part. I got my own camera. I can talk directly to you. That's my favorite part.
That's the more better camera, I suppose.
Bring me back to something else. There we go. Oh, that's viewer chat with just me. No Johnny. All right, give Johnny back. Where's Johnny? There we go. Yeah, we got a production upgrade. We are stepping this business up. What do we got next, Johnny, on Dave and Johnny Live? Is it time? Is it finally time? Let's do it up. Let's do it up. Hit it. 90 Day Fiance time. Last episode of the season. When's the next season? I don't know. Although they said, didn't they? It's like
I didn't see it.
I think it's a spring. We have to wait a couple of months. But I know that. Who did I see? I think I saw Family Chantel.
Really?
Yeah, Family Chantel is back.
Wow.
For the new season. And Pedro is back. Pedro and Chantel are like not together, or they are, but it's not working. Obviously, I mostly blame the river and the mother Chantel. Obviously, she's terrible. Mother Chantel. I hope you watch Dave and Johnny Live, Mother Chantel. Let me talk directly to Mother Chantel for a second. Let's go. What do we do? Yeah, there we go. Mother Chantel, I'm talking to you right now. You better watch Dave and Johnny Live, because the next season of 90 Day Fiance, I'm going to be talking a lot about you, and it's going to be in very, very mean terms. I'm going to say bad things about you and about the Thomas and about the river and even about the Chantel. The family Chantel has behaved very badly on 90 Day Fiance, and you've been very mean to the Pedro, and I am going to get you, Mother Chantel. So you stay locked to Dave and Johnny Live, because I'm going to be saying a lot of mean things about you on YouTube. So be ready, Mother Chantel. Terrible. She's got a taser. She had a taser. She's going to tase Pedro. She's crazy. This lady wants to fight.
Personally, the fight with River was one of the best things I saw, like, ever in the show.
I think that was the best moment in 90 Day Fiance history, the Pedro River fight. My favorite moment is when Pedro, like, just kicks the food off the table just because at the end. Why you do that, Pedro? Why you do that? Why do you think he did that? Because you people pushed him to it. Terrible people. Terrible. So the next season we'll have Pedro and the family Chantel, which is exciting.
But
this season ended with the Tell-All Part 2. And, of course, Colchi and Larissa causing more friction with pretty much everybody on the show.
So everyone had to get separated is what they did in the end. That was the compromise, it seemed.
Everybody left.
Well, and they had their own little sit-down kind of interviews.
Yeah, I guess. Well, they all kind of came together at the end.
But they all had their own little thought to themselves, because, like, it couldn't work with Larissa and Colton. Like, it was just too chaotic.
Everybody was getting in on everything. It got crazy. Larissa and Fernanda were arguing, and then everybody got mad. And then Asuelu left, and Fernanda walked away, and Kalani left following Asuelu. But Lita and Eric stayed. They were like, yeah, we're going to stay.
Don't care.
And Jay and Steven stayed too, which I thought was interesting. And then they kind of had a talk. But also Jonathan stayed. Like,
yeah,
Fernanda,
that was weird.
Fernanda leaves in a huff. Jonathan stays and tries to talk it out with Colchi and Larissa.
Yeah.
And then they're arguing with Jonathan, which I really enjoyed. Larissa was like, who are you, Jonathan? You have a small housey. Colchi is a software engineer. And I'm like, are you bragging about that? Or are you a multi-millionaire for being a software engineer? Is that big money? Software engineer? Yeah? Is it, though?
But he can't afford AC in his car? Like,
yeah, how come he doesn't have AC in his car then? He lives in the desert in Las Vegas. He doesn't have air conditioning in his car. And Larissa is, like, bragging about how he's super rich because he's a software engineer? That was weird. She's like, who are you, Jonathan? You have small housey.
It's not that bad of a house.
No, it seemed fine from the show. I don't know. So then Jonathan and Jay and Eric and Lita, they all decide they've had enough of Lita, and they walk off. So everybody walks off the set, and they all are kind of backstage talking about Colchi and Larissa, right? It's like a weird deal. Very weird. Why is it back on me now? What's going on here? What are you doing back there? What's he doing?
He's focused on you. You're talking.
Yeah, I guess. This new setup is distracting for me, okay? What do you want? It's distracting because I got a camera here, I got a camera here, people are seeing me, I'm seeing the thing, it's a whole thing. I'll figure it out eventually. We'll figure it out.
I think what they want to figure out is what you're going to say next. That's what they want to know.
What am I going to say next? You never know what I might say next. So then, the cast decided to go back eventually. They finished with their tantrum and their bitching about Colt and Larissa, and they went back on set.
Well, and other people's problems were vented too.
Yeah, and then you saw Eric's daughter, Tasha, on Skype, right? That got pretty heated. Tasha was like, I have no relationship with my father. And then Eric said he won't talk to his daughter until she apologizes, which is a terrible, terrible thing. Eric, you're a piece of shit father. You're just a piece of shit. You're a terrible father, and I don't like you. All right, I'm going back to Eric. Eric, you're a piece of shit father. I don't like you. How dare you demand an apology from your daughter for what? What did she do? She didn't do anything. Any father that won't talk to their kids because they need to apologize to them, you got to be the bigger man. You got to be the parent. You got to show that you love your kid no matter what. It's called, what is it when you unconditional love? You know what I'm talking about? You should have unconditional love as a parent. No, bring me back. I'm not done talking shit to Eric. Unconditional love as a parent, Eric. I don't know what your problem is, but you and anyone like you who's a parent and is like, oh, you got to apologize to me for the things that you did. You make me sick. I'm talking about Eric specifically, but also somebody else I know who's a piece of shit. That's a different story. We're not going to get into that. You know what I mean?
Well, you're on your dad. You say that kind of thing. Like what?
Well, he knows who I'm talking about.
Okay, it's not him.
He knows who I'm talking about. It's a similar situation. You got to apologize to me. You're a piece of shit. If you're watching, F yourself. He's
wow,
not. That's a different thing.
So this is
what's going? Hey! We got a tech staff over here, and your cell phone's going off. Don't you know the rules of broadcasting? You're supposed to turn your ringer off when you're doing a live broadcast. Who's calling you? My mother. Doesn't she know I'm broadcasting live? Shouldn't she be watching me on YouTube right now? That's how my family communicates with me. I don't actually ever hear from my family or my friends. They just listen to me on the radio and watch me on YouTube. It's a weird deal.
Your friends actually listen to the show?
Yeah.
I'm surprised.
Yeah, but I don't talk to them.
Wow.
So it's annoying for me because they feel like they're in touch with me.
But they're not really in touch with you. It's
they are.
It's very indirect. Like.
Well, if you watch Dave and Johnny live, if you listen to Ringside Report Radio, if you listen to Wrestling Uncensored, you get an idea of what's going on with me. You hear from me. You know what's going on. The only problem is I don't hear from you. Like some of my friends, that's how they communicate with me, except it's a one-way communication. They feel like they've gotten their fill of me in their life, but like I have no, you know what I mean? I have no communication. So, meanwhile, I'm just doing these shows. I'm alone in my existence, and my friends feel like they've seen me. My family feels like they've seen me, but they haven't. They have seen me on YouTube, but I haven't seen them. So I'm like, hey, how come nobody calls me? Nobody wants to see me? They're like, didn't I just see you? It's like, no, I haven't seen you in months. It's because they're listening to me.
It's okay. You got a son to worry about. It's all right. Your life will be fine.
Yeah.
And you got a show tonight, too, at midnight, so.
Yeah.
Life goes on.
Franco says that I said I call my mother every day. I said every day or every other day, and yeah. Yeah, I'll probably call her later today. What's the big deal? Is she calling again? Why is she calling again? Let me answer. Give me the phone. Give me the phone. Well, tell her to stop texting. What is her deal?
Hey, she loves you. Obviously, like she checks in. Or
she's calling my dad. She's not calling me.
Loves him at least.
Yeah, she loves him. Yeah, that's great. What's that do for me? Not much.
Hey, you never know.
Okay. Is Dave and Johnny live over? Are we done? No? He's saying it's not.
Well, usually you do final comments. You know, people get
final comments. We didn't talk wrestling at all.
We talked my wrestling.
We talked about Johnny's wrestling.
That's all the wrestling we need to talk about.
Yeah, there's no other wrestling to talk about, really.
That's important.
You know, if you want to hear from Wrestling Uncensored, you want to hear us talk about WWE, listen to Wrestling Uncensored.
I guess we can talk about, like, I don't know, NXT UK. Did you watch that?
Oh, yeah, I did watch that. NXT UK. Should we do that? Oh, I just hashtagged it. I didn't say I was going to talk about it. God. See what happens when we have a staff now on Dave and Johnny Live? I got, like, direction. People are telling me what to do, what to talk about on the show. Oh, God, it's a brave new world. I'll tell you, this show started as just a pre-show. You know, it was just Johnny and I talking a little smack before Wrestling Uncensored, and now it's, like, turned into this whole thing. There's multi-cameras. I got production staff telling me what to say. I should probably wear, like, nicer clothes next time. Or maybe I can get an Adidas sponsorship. That would be dope. Yeah, work on that.
Come on, Kanye.
Come on, Yeezy. Yo, I would love a Yeezy sponsorship. Hook me up, Yeezus. I love you. I wear your shoes. I need a pair of 700 V2s. Big time. Man, I would kill for a pair of 700 V2s. Or some reflective 350s. Whatever you got, Yeezus. We love you. No matter what you say, Kanye, we love you. What? Ready to go where? Off. We're not done. We got to talk about wrestling. You said we had to talk about wrestling. Now he's telling us to go home. He just said you're going to talk about wrestling. I don't understand what this guy wants now. What kind of production staff is this?
Well, I think he's telling you to wrap it up, maybe, or just let's get to the point here.
Well, Wally just got here. Give me the chat. Wally's on the chat. Let's see that. Boom. Where are we? Boom. New room up and running. Soon you'll get sponsored. Yeah, by Adidas. The two sponsorships that I'm looking for, Adidas and Nerf. Well, that's what I want.
And Nintendo over there.
And Nintendo, too. I mean, come on. We got all these amiibo here. We got Pac-Man. Where am I? Oh, there you go. Pac-Man. You know, we got amiibo. I want Nintendo, Adidas, and Nerf. I'm coming after you. I want some free Nerf guns so I could shoot AJ until he dies from Nerf gun.
Isn't he like?
Can you kill somebody with a Nerf gun?
I think you can seriously injure somebody if you shoot them like directly in the eye.
Get ready, AJ. I'm going to shoot you in the face.
Terrible.
That's right. Yes, Wally says he's been in this room when he got the tour. Correct. And remember, Wally, I told you one day this is going to be the home of Dave and Johnny Live and Wrestling Uncensored and Ringside Report Radio, and here it is. We are up and running. New studio, set up, subscribe right now. Oh, the graphic went away as I said it. It's okay.
People can still subscribe.
Subscribe.
Yeah.
Subscribe. Because the more people that subscribe, the more we can do, and the more we will do. So NXT UK, did you like it?
I thought there were some good moments. It wasn't like unbelievable, but
people were freaking out about it. I was like,
I thought the crowd was great.
The crowd was great.
Fantastic.
The time when they took off their shoes and they were like singing with their shoes in the air. I don't know what that was about.
I have no idea what it was about, but it's fantastic. Just the atmosphere.
Yeah, I mean the British wrestling fans are super hardcore. I love them. You gotta love the British wrestling fans.
Matches, I mean, it was okay.
I like Mustache Mountain.
That was good. It just felt too long though. The match.
Yeah.
Yeah, it dragged a little bit.
I like them. I like them a lot. Those two guys. They lost the titles to two guys I don't know. That was kind of the problem with the show for me. Like I'm not that familiar with the talent.
Well, that's why they brought in Finn Balor for a surprise. Yeah. So
I know Walter. I like Walter.
You know Dunn. So
yeah, Pete Dunne.
Yeah.
Walter is a hell of a talent. He's a reason to watch NXT UK.
But he only came at the end, though.
Knowing that he's going to be in that company in the future, that's big. That's huge. He's really good.
I think the show showed a lot of potential. It's just, I don't think that's the best it could be yet. It hasn't reached its full potential.
No, but it was a good start. Like, before this takeover, I wasn't into watching NXT UK.
Right.
Because I was like, come on. I'm really going to watch NXT UK? Really? You got 205 Live. You got NXT. Now NXT UK, another minor league. But now after the takeover, I'm like, yeah, I'll pay attention a little bit more. Like, I'm more interested in NXT UK. I have a better idea of who the talent is. I've become very familiar with Toni Storm over the past few weeks for different reasons. But her wrestling is good, too.
Not the best match, though. She had a better match at Evolution, I thought.
Yeah. No, she's good. She's very good. You see she had a little bit of a problem?
On social media, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it happens. It happened to Charlotte. It happened to Paige, you know.
I didn't see any of the stuff. Usually when that stuff comes out, like it's all over the place, all I saw was like, oh, I can't believe Toni Storm had that stuff hacked or whatever. I was like, oh, yeah? And then I never saw it. I was like, yeah, well, what are you going to do?
I didn't see
Usually it's like so in your face you can't avoid it. When the Paige hack happened, it was like everywhere. You were like, oh, God. You see Paige and then you see comments and it's like, oh, there's a lot of stuff. There's Xavier Woods' penis. Oh, my goodness, you know? But here, it was like, oh, Toni Storm, how terrible. And I didn't really see it. So I guess maybe that's a good thing. It's being shared less than it used to be because people are taking this kind of stuff more seriously. It's private stuff, and people don't want it out there, and people are respecting that more. So that's probably a good thing.
Well, I think that's it. I mean, this wasn't supposed to come out, so you probably shouldn't look at it anyways. So
yeah.
I know you don't do that, but you should do that.
I honestly, I look at this stuff so that I can talk about it on the show with knowledge. Like, I don't look at this stuff to, get my rocks off or whatever. I'm not doing it for those reasons.
Right.
Like, I've seen Hulk Hogan's ass. I've seen Seth Rollins' penis. I'm not a homosexual, but I had to see Seth Rollins' penis to really see if it was out there on the internet. I was like, what? Is Seth Rollins' penis really out there? And yes, it was. So I've seen it, So, yeah, okay, Seth got that hacked, and he didn't want that out there. But because I'm a wrestling journalist, kind of, whatever, commentator.
Or a journalist, in a sense.
More of a commentator. Because I'm not impartial,
Okay.
I'm partial. But I feel like I have to see that stuff.
I get it. I think it's a different situation, though, with Seth Rollins, though, because wasn't that like his ex-girlfriend got a hold of his social media account?
Yeah.
And that was to get back at him? That was like vengeance kind of thing?
Yeah.
Because he was cheating on her?
Yeah.
So that was different. This is someone actually just a hacker hacking into girls' accounts.
Yeah, that's bad. That's worse.
That's worse.
It's worse.
With Seth Rollins, he got deserved it.
They're both bad.
They're bad, but I found Seth Rollins deserved what he got.
I don't think so. I don't think he did.
You cheat on your fiance and, that's okay?
No, but two wrongs don't make a right.
I don't know. Homer would disagree with you, but that's fine.
Johnny North.
Simpsons all the way, people. All the way.
All right. Are we wrapping this sucker up?
Final comments?
No? Final comments? Final comments on YouTube. Let's get the chat up. There we go. What do we got here? So you get sponsored, new up and running. Wally's saying, looks amazing, the new setup. Says Heel Johnny has been amazing. He says soon we're going to need red carpet treatment. Wally wants to know if we can do the camera on one person at a time. Well, right now, yes, but only me. Okay, we got camera 1. This is camera 1. And here's camera 2. This is me. And I think, are we going to do camera 3? Are we going to do a third camera? Maybe in the future so we could get a Johnny North zoom. But do we really need a Johnny North zoom when we've got a me zoom? You know what I mean?
Well, you like to rant more, so I think it's fine like this.
Yeah. I think it's good. So, yeah. Antoinette says, new room. Love it. Says, we need a Johnny Zoom. Wally says we need a Johnny Zoom. So I guess we'll work on that. That's the next step. This is still a work in progress. This is the test episode of the new setup of Dave and Johnny Live. We're going to work out the kinks. We're going to figure everything out. And it's just going to get better from here. More better, more better, more better.
Thank you, Ted DiBiase Jr. During Raw, they said that.
What?
On commentary. Him and Cody, they're on commentary. They said that. More
What?
better. And then Jerry Lawler's like, did you just say more better?
Yeah, more better.
Right.
More better. It's good. It's a good phrase. It's better than saying better because it's more better. Right? Right. All right. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Thanks for checking in. Thanks to my dad for taking care of everything, setting us up.
Fantastic.
Yeah, it's an amazing new setup, and we're going to do more and more stuff from here on in with this new setup. To you, camera again. Give me another one. I'm pissing him off with this. To you, it's Dave and Johnny live with me, Dave and Johnny. Johnny, back to Johnny.
Yeah. Buy my T-shirts coming out soon. Yeah.
Wait, you're not on yet, Johnny. There we go. Now promo your shit.
Yeah. T-shirts coming soon. Buy mine.
Are you
only
making
me?
T-shirts?
Of course.
When?
As a champion.
When?
Maybe about 2 weeks from now, I think.
Oh, I'm going to be rocking those.
You should.
All right. Thanks, everybody. Follow us. Subscribe. Do the damn thing. Tonight, Ringside Report Radio, midnight, after the Habs postgame show. We're not on at 7 tonight. We're on at midnight Eastern. AJ, Fred, me talking MMA, TJ Dillashaw, Henry Cejudo for the flyweight title tomorrow night. UFC's first show on ESPN. Paige Van Zandt, Rachel Ostovich, Shucky Ducky, Quack Quack match of the night. Are you kidding me or what?
In Canada, it's TSN, though.
Yeah,
Still,
TSN in Canada. What? I mean, am I doing a post show? Tune in and find out. You never know what I might do. I'm crazy. What?
Oh, I knew that a long time ago.
I am?
We all agree.
Oh, we agree I am? Shit.
Thank you.
Now I got to do a post show. Who's going to do it with me? AJ?
Of course. AJ will stay up all night.
What?
All night, AJ.
All right, well, stay tuned to the YouTube channel and listen to Ringside Report Radio tonight. Radio.ringsidereport.net. Go there, and you'll be able to stream the show live when we're on at 7 Eastern or after the hockey game, which will be on tonight at midnight Eastern. So radio.ringsidereport.net is where you want to go to stream the show live. Check out our YouTube channel. Subscribe. Franco's asking, yeah, it's midnight tonight for the for Ringside Report Radio. We'll be back to 7 p.m. next week. Just a little hockey game tonight. Bumping us. And then, of course, tomorrow, Wrestling Uncensored. Me and Big Johnny talking pro wrestling.
Rumble's coming. They changed the Rumble. It's crazy now.
Everything's changed. Finn versus Brock. What's it going to be? This has been Dave and Johnny live.